If you're a self-published fiction author staring at zero sales, this isn't because your writing sucks. It's a confusing problem that others face too. Nearly 90% of indie books sell fewer than 100 copies, so you're not alone. Most writers are told to just write more or believe in yourself, but that advice misses the actual issue. In this video, we'll reframe the problem away from talent and self-blame and show what is blocking your sales. By the end, you'll know exactly what's breaking sales and how to fix it. At Indie Inc., where writing meets execution, we focus on solutions, not shame. My story is special. It could be for anyone. Many authors hold the myth that a broad audience is ideal. You might think saying your book is for everyone sounds ambitious. In reality, no book is for literally everyone. As publishing coach Jenny Nash notes, if your book is for everyone, it is for no one. Most readers find a favorite genre and stick to it. They want familiar patterns, tropes, and feelings. For example, Octavia Randolph built a six-figure career by writing only historical fiction, giving that niche audience exactly what they wanted. Well-researched books with historical accuracy, as one article explains. Most casual readers don't hop between vastly different genres. They find one lane and follow it. When your book's signals are vague or mixed, readers get confused. They scan covers and descriptions looking for a clear genre match. Ignore those cues and you speak gibberish to them. Design experts say the fastest way to push readers away is to ignore genre signals on your cover and blurb. If your cover looks like a thriller, but your blurb reads like a cozy romance, the reader simply scrolls past. Confusion is a deal breaker. Readers won't click if they aren't instantly sure your book is what they're searching for. Get laser-focused on who exactly will love your book. Define your genre, tropes, and audience precisely. As Jane Friedman advises, don't shy away from admitting your audience isn't everyone. Look at the top sellers in your subgenre. What do their covers and titles promise? Mirror those cues. In practice, that means picking the right BISAC and ebook category on Amazon, using genre keywords in your subtitle, and embracing familiar cover styles, fonts, colors, imagery for your niche. This way, your book immediately tells the right readers, this is for you. For example, a fantasy cover should feel dark and epic, whereas a light romance should feel bright and warm. Make your cover and pitch shout your genre. When you narrow your focus, curiosity replaces confusion, and readers who want exactly your story will lean in. You might see your cover as art or a cool design project, and your blurb as just a summary of the plot. Many authors think of the cover as an expression of the story rather than a sales tool and toss the blurb together as a neat synopsis. Not at all. To a reader, the cover is a promise, and the blurb is an elevator pitch. A great cover is described as your story's first handshake, a silent salesperson that makes an instant promise to the reader. In other words, before readers crack the spine, the cover must promise the right emotional experience, thrill, passion, adventure, etc. Studies show 57% of readers will buy a book based on the cover alone, and 80% will skip a book if the cover looks amateurish. If the art and fonts aren't professional and genre appropriate, readers subconsciously assume the content inside isn't professional either. The goal of a cover is to attract the right reader, not to impress the author. Once the cover grabs attention, the blurb must close the deal. The blurb isn't a neutral summary. It's your one shot to promise the reader exactly what they want. One guide calls the blurb the ultimate sales pitch for your story. It should hook them emotionally and make them say, I have to read this. In fact, blurbs are so powerful that up to 67% of impulse bookstore buys happen because a blurb promised an irresistible story. The blurb is the first real taste of your writing voice and stakes. If it's dull or confusing, readers assume the book is too. Instead, a great blurb poses a dramatic question or conflict, a why they need answered. and ends on a cliffhanger. If cover and blurb misalign or are weak, readers quietly hit back. They won't berate you, they'll just move on. One design site warns bluntly, if your blurb is missing, weak, or filled with typos, you've killed the sale. On Amazon or in ads, if your cover doesn't match the genre expected, all the traffic stops converting. For example, Facebook ad experts say meta ads underperform whenever your cover doesn't match your genre. In a bookstore or digital feed, readers subconsciously lean in for books that look and sound like their next comfort read and scroll past anything that feels off. A mismatch sends a "not for me" signal, and they move on without a word. Treat your cover and blurb as the sales pitch they are. Revise them before rewriting your novel. For the cover, hire a designer who specializes in your genre. Remember, covers should not impress authors. They should attract readers. Analyze top-selling covers in your category. Note their fonts, colors, imagery, then adjust yours to match those expectations. For the blurb, strip out summary and focus on stakes and emotion. Start with a hook, something shocking or intriguing. Introduce the protagonist and their burning problem, and end with a gripping question. Keep it concise, 150 to 200 words, and energetic. Test it by asking a fellow reader, would you click "read more" after this? You can even use a quick AI prompt to check your angle. For example, plug your draft blurb into a writing coach bot asking, what genre is this and what are readers looking for? That can reveal if you're signaling correctly. With these fixes, your cover plus blurb combo becomes one unified promise. Instead of silent rejection, you'll start seeing clicks, ads, and page turns. Remember, readers are lazy scanners. Make your cover say, "This is your next read," and your blurb say, "Open me to find out." If it's a good book, readers will find it. You likely assumed that as long as your craft is solid, good characters, clear prose, strong editing, the sales would follow. You might feel confused because your book is well written, yet sales stay flat. Even a beautifully written novel can sit unnoticed if nobody trusts it enough to buy it. As one book marketer bluntly states, your book doesn't have to be any good to sell, it has to be visible to sell. Writing well is the minimum requirement, the baseline for consideration, but it doesn't sell the book on its own. In a crowded market, an unknown title with good craft is still just one among millions, so readers look for other cues. They check the cover design, the blurb, the author's platform, and especially reviews and recommendations. If an indie book has no reviews or a brand behind it, many readers see it as a gamble. One designer puts it this way, a polished cover and blurb build trust before a reader reads a word. A polished cover tells readers, this is a book worth your time. It builds trust. And, in publishing, trust equals sales. And reviews are a crucial part of that trust. Marketing experts talk about social proof. Seeing other readers talk about or recommend a book makes new readers much more likely to take a chance. Without reviews or endorsements, a casual browser feels more risk and clicks away. The sad truth is, countless good or even great indie novels sell almost nothing simply from lack of visibility or trust. By the numbers, data shows 90% of self-published books sell under 100 copies, and 33% of indie authors make less than $500 a year. Many of those titles are perfectly competent stories, but they got lost. One writing coach notes, writing a great book and hoping for the best is never going to be a recipe for success. It really can be that competitive. Shift your focus from just keep writing better to building visibility and trust. First, use every tool to make your book discoverable. Ensure your categories and keywords match your genre. For example, if it's a paranormal mystery, don't bury it under general mystery. Price strategically. Sometimes making book one of a series free or 99 cents can kickstart reader interest and reviews. Most importantly, gather social proof. Quietly ask 5 to 10 trusted readers, beta readers, writing friends, fans on your newsletter, to read and leave an honest review. Even a few good reviews on Amazon or Goodreads act as proof to strangers. Engage micro-influencers or bookstagrammers who cater to your genre for shout-outs or giveaways. Their recommendation means a lot to their followers. Every bit of positive signal reduces reader hesitation. These changes, optimized listing, a smart pricing test, and some social proof, often boost sales fast, even before you consider rewriting a word of the novel itself. Now that you know the real issues, let's talk high-leverage fixes you can apply before rewriting your manuscript. These tweaks target reader behavior directly. Rebrand your cover. Use it as your secret weapon. If your current cover isn't aligning with your genre's norms, update it. Remember, hire someone who sells books in your genre. Compare your cover against the top 10 in its category. Does yours belong with them or stand out oddly? If it sticks out, redesign it. A genre-matching professional cover immediately gains trust and makes readers say, "Yes, that's for me." Rewrite your blurb as a hook. Toss the summary. Make the blurb an irresistible tease. One writer's formula. Start with 3 punchy sentences. Setup, dilemma, burning question. Then build stakes and end with a cliffhanger. Ask yourself, does the last line leave the reader desperate to click, look inside, or buy now? If not, sharpen it. A great blurb is an advertisement for the experience of reading your story. Make readers feel the tension and urgency of your book, so they have to know what happens next. Optimize categories and keywords. Double-check your metadata. If you're mistagged, interested readers won't find you. Use a tool or even AI to reverse engineer your book's category. For example, feed your synopsis into a marketing prompt to get suggested BISAC categories and comp authors. Then list your book in those exact categories and sprinkle relevant keywords in your title and subtitle so that searches land on you. Build trust signals. Implement social proof quickly. If you have a mailing list or social followers, ask them to post honest reviews on Amazon and Goodreads. Even a handful of 4 to 5-star reviews makes new readers more willing to try you. Feature any praise you have as blurbs on your Amazon page or cover if possible. You can also run a short ads campaign, Amazon ads or BookBub ads, because ads will amplify whatever is working. If you fixed your cover and blurb, ads can now deliver sales, not just expenses. Lean on your niche. Engage niche platforms. A free or discounted promotion targeted at your genre can work wonders. For instance, BookBub deals drive enormous traffic when your book matches what readers expect. The key is you've now tuned your marketing to that audience, so they respond positively. Even with a small audience or budget, focusing it pays off because you capture a higher percentage of the right readers. Each of these steps directly influences reader behavior. They make your book feel safer and more relevant to browsers. You often don't need a bigger audience. You need a better position with the audience you have. Even making a single change, like a new cover, can double your click-through. These fixes work fast because they remove the biggest friction points between a reader scrolling and actually hitting buy. Remember, none of these problems are a reflection on your writing talent. They're all fixable issues of positioning and marketing systems. Every author has to learn them the hard way. But now you know, failure here isn't permanent. With the right adjustments, your story can finally find its readers. If this made sense, subscribe for more clarity-driven author tips. Indie Ink, where writing meets execution, cuts through the noise so you can focus on what truly moves the needle. And if you want a concrete checklist to apply these ideas right now, download our free self-publishing checklist. It walks you through every phase from writing to launch. No fluff, just actionable steps to get your book noticed. Keep creating, keep learning, and remember, with the right approach, Your book's next chapter is fixable success, not silent failure.